Hello YouTube. Today an advanced video about simulators. So a lot of people in Hattrick like to come prepared to the matches down to the smallest detail. And if you have a good idea how you're going to line up and how your opponent is going to line up, obviously through looking through the recent matches, you can actually use simulators to help you. And I'll show you two excellent simulators in this video. The first one I'm going to show you is Danni's Hattrick helper. Alright, so you'll find Danni's Hattrick helper by going to the webpage dhth.net, and then you'll be able to install a plugin as well for your Hattrick, just like Foxtrick, and you'll be able to go to the simulator tab. It's available in German and English, so obviously for this scenario I've chosen English here. So what Danni's Hattrick helper simulator does is that you'll be able to enter all the ratings for a home and away team like this. So let's just try out by setting everything to passable here. It's actually 10 by default, but let's just set everything to 6 here, which is passable very low. And obviously every time I enter something into the system here, it will update, and hopefully it should say with such a configuration that it would be perfectly even, and it does. 42% chance of a home win and 42% chance of an away win. Let's just try to adjust something a little different here. Let's adjust the attacking standard situations to formidable 9 here, and you'll see it will slowly move the percentages a little towards the away team, team B in this scenario. There's more things though. You can actually make an input here, say, oh, but I'm playing 1 PNF, and then it further moves the chances or the winning percentages in favor of the away team. You can also say I have a technical defensive forward and I have a PDIM, the powerful defensive inner midfielder, and you'll slowly see everything starting to work in favor of the away team despite the ratings being quite similar. Then you can also choose to do another recalculation of the simulations, and then you recalculate, and then you'll just have to wait a few seconds. You'll actually see the simulator giving the home team a little leverage here in this scenario. Also, if you have a different idea and then the default settings, you can actually up the percentages here. For instance, if you want to well, maybe the PNF is not that good, you can actually set it to 4 instead of 5, and then it'll automatically adjust the estimation as well. You can also set the tactic levels, which is quite useful here. All right, if you scroll further down, you'll see that there's different situations. How many goals will come from the 18,873,000 simulations that I just picked here, and you'll get a lot more statistics. But this way you can adjust the home away, check see if you, obviously this is a lot easier if your opponent is predictable, but if you know how he's going to line up, you can basically try to fit pieces of the puzzle around a little and see if you can gain an advantage or gain a percentage or two in regards to taking the win in said match. All right, so this is Danni's Hattrick helper, and it's very nice. It's quite light, it's easy to adjust, but there's more. Right, so this is next level compared to Danni's Hattrick helper. Danni's Hattrick helper is obviously awesome, but if you want to go beyond just the ratings and adjusting the number of PNFs or PDIMs, you can actually go with the nickarana's simulator here. And in this situation, you can basically do the same thing we just did in Danni's Hattrick helper. But if you choose the yes slot in this category, you can set up exactly how your opponent lines up and where he lines up with his different specialties. So if you know he's always playing a right wing, for instance, that's quick, you can set it up so that your left back will always be quick, and that way you know it'll always negate the quick event if that is supposed to happen. You can also just choose not to do this. In that case, you'll have to try out what kind of simulator you prefer. But if you want to get down to the smallest possible detail, I can only recommend nickarana's simulator here. Obviously, this is an Excel sheet, and I've just loaded it up in Google Sheets, so it's perfectly free to use. And obviously, there'll be a link in the description here. So what you see here is expected goals, and you'll be able to adjust a few things, but let's just load up. This is the midfield rating for the home team, and this is the exact same thing we just did with in the other simulator as well. We'll just load this up to formidable, and then you'll see the percentages turn in favor of the home team. Win A, expected goals, and yeah, hat stats, HGS, so that's Nickarana's own stat. Quite cool here. And if you look below the hood, you'll start to see how extensive this is. I'll not go further into detail about that, but a pretty awesome tool here, and obviously excellent to know. Here you can actually see the quick rushes and how it's shows about the quick events and all that good stuff. But there's so much to delve into here, and there's so many things to adjust and try out. So if you want to go into detail and you want to give yourself just a little bit of more of a chance in a difficult match, perhaps, you should definitely check out the links to these two simulator tools in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and happy tinkering.